So,
Hi
I'm
everyone. Hi Justin. How are you?
good. How are you? Oh, we have two.
Good.
Do you think the two people watching are just us?
That's awkward. Oh well, I'm sure
Okay.
they'll. Oh, we got three now, so there's at least
Yeah.
one other. Hi
Nice.
guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
joining. Amazing work this week. Again, the standard just keeps getting better and better, and we're getting more and more entries each week. It's really exciting. So thank you so much for being involved, guys. Like, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. And we do have something that we're planning. I was trying to get more people to, like a special like hard surface judge to get us this week, but they were super slammed. But we are planning something pretty fun for the 50th weekly drill with guests and such. So I haven't even told Chrissy yet. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know. Can you give us
yeah.
a hint?
Uh, uh, Probably fun Fortnite stuff. We're
Ooh.
taking the ball and rolling with that. So
All right.
there'll be some epic stuff. So
Sounds
it'll be cool.
good. Super.
Yeah,
All right, shall we get started?
we shall.
Cool. All right, one sec. Here we go. So again, we're reviewing the top five. I think it was this week. So
Yep,
the first one we picked was this guy.
yep. It is by I cannot pronounce your name, but I'm gonna say Gudjon. But yell at me if it's not. This is really cool work. Actually, I was looking through your page right before this, and you got some really cool hard surface stuff in there too. You want to kick it off? Sure, you do.
Sure.
It's
All right, let's
International
have a
Women's
look through.
Day. Do
Yeah.
it.
What's that?
I said it's International Women's Day, or it was
Oh, it's
yesterday for you.
yesterday for us.
Yeah,
It's Tuesday
yeah,
here.
yeah. Okay, so it's normal, so I don't have to speak. No, I was joking.
It's a normal day here.
Yeah,
All right. So no, nice work. So I'm just sort of flicking through the breakdown. So the model, I mean, it's clean. Looks great to
hmm
me.
yeah. It's a
Um,
really nice, clean model.
yeah, looks all sweet. Also looks really nice. Um, just sort of going through. Yeah, great breakdown. Thank you for showing all of your working out as well. It was awesome. Texturing, absolutely beautiful as well. Like I can see all of your materials like respond correctly to light for the most part, and like you got a good amount of secondary wear and tear. It's placed pretty sensibly. Something we pointed out, which was sort of a standout for us, was the black, the phone or the what is it, a handle or a phone part? Do you talk
Yeah,
through it? Yeah.
yeah,
So this part here, so there's sort of two components to why it's standing out is a bit odd. The diffuse color is, I think, too dark. It's probably like I'm gonna hazard a guess and say that you've got it on black, so it's sucking in all of the light, so it can't actually it's not producing any color. So just lift that up a little bit and sort of bring it back in line with some of these cables because these cables are responding really well. And yeah, and I mean the specular highlight on it perhaps a little bit shiny. I mean, it could stay
yeah,
that shiny, but you could pop some like really soft dust and smudges on top of it. That would probably diffuse it out a bit and really help sell it. Like on the paint, you've sort of got that shiny highlight, but it's been broken up really nicely. But yeah, what are your thoughts, Justin?
Same. I mean, I think it needs to be like the black. The only thing that really stuck out to me, everything looks great. The nice wear and tear, it's nice and even. The only thing that really stood out to me was the actual the phone itself, and then maybe
Mm,
even some of the hardware, like the screws and like there's those like silver springy things that look. If I'm looking at I can't see close enough, but they just kind of some of them look like they're like brand new. So some
yeah.
parts of it look like it's brand new. There's also like an auxiliary phone, little like plastic thing. Some stuff looks like it's new. Some stuff looks like it's old.
Mm,
So just kind of do like another little like once over just to make sure you're hitting everything the right like evenly, so it doesn't look like everything has been worn outside like from being used, and then there's one chunk that hasn't been. Um,
yeah. Because they're quite a
Other than
use,
that,
aren't they?
yeah, I feel like you're super close. Like there's so much stuff that's really working well for it. The model itself is really well done. It's posed nicely. The colors are looking good. For me, it's just like a subtle thing of like, all right, go back over, maybe add another like a dust layer with like a little bit of a smart mask to break
Mm,
things up, and then like you said, drop down the value of the phone from so it's not so dark, and then like maybe break up um, the reflection or metallic because it looks so shiny.
I think something else that might help it is I don't reckon there's a HDRI or any sort of environment going on because I'm looking at the metal. I think it's metal, but it's responding black. Like this highlight, there's absolutely no sort of evidence of anything in the background. So if you just put like an environment or an image-based lighting in there, that will really help sell it. Like the metals will really pop out then and actually appear like a metal and not look so black like here. So just a little point of advice as well. Cool. All right, let's move on. This one. How cool is this one?
I love it a lot.
Go at the top. Yeah.
I think that one's the animation is really cool, but even beyond that, it's just a really good example of, actually taking something and like starting it and sharing your whole journey with the project. So it's really cool to kind of watch the progression of this. Really great way of like using the slides to kind of show the wireframes, the shaded areas, but also like I recognize that right away from the imitation game. So I love that movie. Really well done, and like it was just the machine itself was just amazing to look at. So the fact that you're able to kind of like get that stuff going, and then you're kind of documenting your process, it was really well done. Like, and the render at the end, I liked it a lot. The main render of just like even the stills looked great, and then the animation just made it pop that much more. So
yeah,
I really don't have much to say on it.
I'm gonna play like.
I like the colors. Like the colors are great. Yeah, the colors are really great.
Yeah, super bright. I'm gonna play like 30 seconds of it. I hope the sound doesn't go too loud, but we'll see what happens. It's really cool though. I just loved how they put it together.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, this is almost something else I really like about like the weekly drills too. It's like it gives you a chance to just mess around with an idea, and we're giving you a theme, but you have free reign on what you do with that theme. So this was like a kind of an offset one, but it does have an interesting history behind it.
Yeah, can turn down the volume, figure that out.
Oh yeah, we're just playing it. Yeah,
it's a bit loud. No, it's just like the extra step. Like they could have just done a turntable of this thing, but they've really gone and presented it in such a nice way. Like what a wicked showreel piece.
Yeah.
Cool. I might leave it there.
Really well done.
All right. So this is one we had up next. So they're like little walkie-talkies, I think. How cute.
Yeah, this is nice. So Ian, you did this. You gave us that awesome Atari joystick player time. So I like, looking at it from the top down. There's one like a closer, that one there. I like the colors. Like there's some nice discoloration that's subtle around like the edges of some of those details. Just kind of like the little bit of like crime wear and tear in the crevices, which I really like. I like the color of the actual piece itself, those beige tones and kind of variations of it. It feels cool. The antenna itself needs to be broken up a little bit, that black part.
Yeah.
The mesh looks good. I mean, there are a lot of n-gons on here, so go in and like pay attention to the mesh when you're sharing stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of n-gons. You want to go ahead.
Yeah, that wouldn't fly in VFX, unfortunately.
Yeah, or games. No, that's not good. But I would go back in and fix your n-gons for sure for your wireframe, especially when you're sharing it. The mesh itself looks cool. Give us some other angles because you just given me like a quarter angle from the top and then like a top down angle. So I really can't tell what it looks like just directly from the side or anything else. So I'd love to see other areas of it just to kind of see how it matches up. But right now, I'll throw it in like Marmoset view or like Sketchfab or something like that because right now it's kind of a fixed view that I can from far away. Does that make sense?
No, I think it does. I think they presented it quite well though. Hey, like in this environment, like the contrasting colors. It does
Oh yeah,
well to the stylized theme. Hey.
yeah. I think it's I like it. There's a lot of really cool things going on, like the shape. I really like the colors that they're using for this as well. It just breaks it up because
Mm,
you usually think when you hear military radios, you think of like green, and this kind of beige one. I like it. It's a nice
yeah.
breakup. I'm trying to see. One thing I would do is that you have this perfect white text on everything up top. Just like smudge off just a little bit the wear and tear of some
Yeah.
of those, or get like the dirt in the crevices of like the on or off, just to make it look like it's been, or even in the screws because you get like this grime. So it'd be kind of fun just to those little elements there.
Mm. Oh, good one. Good lighting as well. I must admit, they've got a good eye for catching those details. It's nice.
Yeah.
Wicked. All right. Shall we move on?
Yep.
All right. This one,
All right.
a FM radio station. Yeah. No. This was really well done. Like this is what we mean by like the blacks as well. By the way, like see
Mhm.
how they're not so dark. Like they're just ever so slightly lifted, and you can see the lighting responding off it correctly. So
Even right there too, if you kind of like with that image there, if you there's like a that's on the far right. You
an
see how,
A.
yeah, see how it's kind of
Oh
getting
yeah,
worn
yeah,
down just a little bit, just like the text and all stuff. I
yeah,
like that nice wear down.
yeah. That's nice. And there's just a lot of details like in the texture itself. Like I know the model is quite simple, but the texture itself adds a lot. Like an
Yeah.
awful like all of these bolt, I think they're all in texture. So I'll cycle through it. I think this needs a bit of work. Is if this is rope, that's going to
Mhm.
need a bit of another pass on it, I think. But the other stuff feels pretty nice. You mentioned this earlier, Justin.
Yeah, that's the only thing that really like stuck out to me is those holes are so big. I would make them smaller, or if you're gonna have them be that big, just cut into the actual mesh and just have it be something you're adding into the geometry. Because right now it messes with the eye. I feel like you have all this great detail, and then you have those.
Mm,
And I understand why you're doing them, but you could just cut those and actually have them be holes, and then like we could fake like a little bit of depth behind them to make it feel that much realer.
yeah.
And some of these close-ups you have on the actual buttons look great,
There
like
we go.
that right there.
They're nice, aren't they? Yeah, this is what stood out to me. This textural detail here was beautiful. Like when the light hit it,
Hmm.
nice one.
Yeah, even here at the little scrapes on by the yeah that one. See
Mm,
some of the scrapes and stuff.
yeah, we could probably go a little bit more.
Yeah, that guy needs some wear and tear just a little bit. He
Yeah,
looks too clean.
there's like an odd like a flake texture on it. I can see like it doesn't quite make sense. I'm not sure. Maybe that just needs to be scaled up the texture a little bit.
Mhm.
But and the model, is there a wireframe? There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Oh no, that you can see they have been cut in, haven't they? Or is this
That's the high
the?
poly. So that's the high
Oh, I
poly he's
see.
got.
Right.
And I like that you're using color ID masks, which is great because it makes it easier in Substance to break everything up. But
Yeah. A few N-gons here and there. Does that matter when you're breaking it down though?
for a high poly, I mean, no, I mean, sometimes it does with the smoothing groups. So, but
Mm,
just be mindful of them. I mean, sometimes you just can't avoid it. It's understandable. As long as
mhm.
your low poly doesn't have any ngons, or the mesh that you're bringing into the game engine to be rendered for games at least should not have ngons.
So we might be good then.
Hmm.
All right. Nice one.
Yeah,
We
really
got
well
like
done.
a UV. Yeah, really significant breakdown as well. Now I'm really happy with all of the breakdowns we're getting. I think everyone's sort of
They're
picked up on
getting
that.
what we're saying.
We've
We
trained
just
them
have to keep
well.
saying, yeah.
All right. I think we have one more. This guy here. So this is our reference. So sort of similar sort of vibe to the others we've got. And this is the final product.
Mhm.
So did you have anything you wanted to point out on this one, Justin?
Yeah, so for the biggest thing for this one, the reason why I chose it is I think you did a great job with the actual mesh. It's a good piece. Like there's some cool stuff like in there. It's a nice looking asset, except for unfortunately for this one, your texture is kind of um, destroying it in a way, to be
Mm.
blunt. Why I'm saying, because there's just so much so much dirt randomly placed in the whole thing with a height map, and it is a low resolution texture. Like try doing a 4096 or something for this one, because right
Mm.
now it's taking away from everything. So if you look at your reference that you have right above it, nothing is everything seems like it's got a flat surface. There's some dust and discoloration that's light.
Yeah.
I don't see any significant things anywhere about affecting the normals. Plus, everything that is being used dirt wise is subtle, and yours is kind of like looks
Yeah.
like it got shot with something. So that I would remove that whole layer and really kind of embrace playing with the subtlety of just adding some dust here and there, some light discoloration,
Yeah.
something like that. Just yeah, especially with the roughness and the metallic. Yeah,
We have the texturize because we can see the fine details here, right? So
yeah.
it's just whatever's causing that texture. I think the other thing is like it's still catching that light as well. Like if it was,
Hmm.
I don't know, don't think it's affecting the roughness at all. Like dirt, you would expect to sort of kill the specular highlight quite significantly.
Yeah.
So yeah, just remove the height of it, or even you suggest removing it altogether, Justin. Just to
Yeah, I would just remove it altogether and just start from
yeah,
scratch because it again, when you're adding dirt like or any type of wear and tear, has to have there should be a reason. And if you
yeah,
look really looking at your reference, you can tell why there is dust in certain areas and wear and tear in certain areas. Just really pay attention and dig into your reference. Like I feel like everyone does a really good job of following the reference for modeling. It's like when you get down to the textures, really feel
yeah,
free to kind of like just you color pick it, examine it, try to push things forward, and then think about when you're adding the layers of texturing. I'm like, all right, there's gonna be one for dust. Maybe I'm taking some discoloration away. Or like,
mm,
what's this like? There's yeah, like again, yeah, like what you said, Manas. It is too shiny. It's just too shiny. But
mm,
like it has promise. Like I feel like if you just strip that down and just took another stab at like texturing, especially after seeing these other entries, on
mm-hmm.
kind of like mimicking more what they're doing with their metal, you have a really solid piece.
Yeah, I agree. The model is really strong. Like I'm really pleased with this. So
Mm-hmm.
cool. All
As am
right.
I.
Well done, everyone. I've got one more up here. I've left it open, so we might as well just quickly go through it.
Yeah.
So yeah, this little handheld guy. I thought this was really well done.
Yeah.
Um, the
Yeah,
text
Liam,
was
Liam, Liam,
subtle.
yeah, Liam did a really good job on this one.
Yeah, this is. I mean, and this is what we're talking about with the subtlety on the dirt, right? There's no height. There's like a little bit of roughness, a bit of color, but it's so soft. Like it's kind of like a fingerprint,
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's really nice.
this one's kind of fun because everything else that we've seen has been like more analog and older. This is a digital version,
Yeah,
so it's cool to see that kind of tech going in there. Little details, like and you know that I looking at your mesh, I know that you have like you're sharing us your low resolution one, but I'm glad you're taking the time with a low resolution game ready one to actually have the
mm,
visions in there for everything that's like circular or cylindrical because that's the worst thing when you're like I'm going to make something game ready but you don't take any of the cylinders and give them proper resolution. They look very faceted, so this looks
mm.
everything seems like it's got a nice round finish, and the silhouette of this shape looks really good.
Yeah, I was really pleased
Good,
with
good unwrap too. I'm looking at your the UV map.
it.
That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, nice one. Cool.
Really well done.
All right.
A good, and just for you guys to like realize too, when you're sharing your UV maps, if I can just quickly see your UV map and understand where everything is, that's a good UV map. Like you're using the space, but also pair things by each other. Like it should be kind
Yeah.
of easy for someone to be like, all right, I get exactly where everything is. It feels good. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't know pain until you're trying to find shells on like 100 items. It's awful.
I have not done that. See, that's the blessing between for games. You don't have to deal with something that big.
Do you reckon they'll ever make Udemy support for games?
They already have.
They already
Uh,
have.
yeah, I could show you something that we have right now. I was working on something, and yeah, it's crazy. Like the amount of stuff that's happening with it. Like stuff that's being made for next gen and for like
Wow.
these future engines, like, and not only is it we're using more geometry, it's just there's UDIMs, plus we're using tiling detail normal maps and like masking stuff out on top of it. So there's a lot of, you're going to be blown away by what you see. Everything's going to be turning into. You're going to be like, oh god,
It's
everything looks like
incredible.
it's movie ready. Yeah.
I reckon, yeah, I reckon the line's gonna just completely blur very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because
What?
we're thinking about using Unreal Engine and stuff as well. So
Yeah. Should
yeah.
tell me. That's what I work in every day.
Someone's just commented saying this radio is too shiny. I don't know whether they're referring to this one or not. But
No, they were referring to the one before, the blue
yeah,
one.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and announce top 3. So, I mean, I'm thinking definitely this one.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Great breakdown. Only a couple issues to really adjust on it, and I think it'd be 100% solid piece.
Mm. Oh, we've got 15 viewers now. How exciting!
Slow down, everyone. We're gonna break it.
This one for sure.
Yep, really like that one.
That was wicked. And as a third one, which one did we have for third? Was it this one?
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that one was really well done. I mean, so many really good details. I really like the controller that we just saw by Liam too. Like that one right there. It's got a lot of character to it. I just want to look at it. There's, yeah, the metal looks really good. The details, like all the information on there. It's just a really fun piece.
What language is this?
Looks like it's Russian or Ukrainian.
Yeah, very interesting. All right.
I don't speak either, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, someone else likes this one. So third place, which one would you give third? This one.
You know, that one, I would give that one a third place, just because
Yeah.
I really like it, except for the shiny bits are kind of throwing me off a lot.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this one for second.
Yeah, I think that one's second. I like the way that it's handled, and even like yeah, it's just really well done. Just go back and fix those little slots on the side. That's one kind of like throwing me off. I'd actually model those in.
And this guy first. For sure.
Yeah, that one was just really fun.
This one just stood
really,
out.
yeah. It was different. It had like the breakdown was just so fun to look at. You could tell a person kind of geeked out and went into it. And then also like the colors were they popped to me, just different.
Something, yeah, it was just so different, and yeah, absolutely loved it. Like all the animations.
The 17 people we have on stream, you should keep on doing these drills, but also if anyone is able to, like a lot of the people who keep on doing these weekly drills, create a profile for this year's rookies drill, like rookies contest, like just throw that stuff in there. Like you guys are making some really great stuff. So
yeah,
again, it's quality, not quantity. Like if you have like three props that you're like, hey, these feel really good, and maybe you take some of the tips that we are giving you to kind of adjust it, fix them up, and then throw them in there and like join the competition. Why not? I would.
Yeah, I agree. Like the amount of work that you guys are pumping out in a week is incredible. Like, well done. I'm impressed.
You make me feel lazy.
Me too.
All right. Cool. That's it.
Cool. Okay, well, thanks everyone.
Everyone good? Yeah.
I think so. Anyone got any questions? We're good. What's next week's drill? Didn't catch it.
Treasure chest.
Treasure chest. Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, exactly. I think it'll
be fun. Could be anything. All right. Well, yeah, thanks everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again. Absolutely loved reviewing your work, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.